My girlfriend uninvited me from our Hawaii trip because her guy best friend didn't want me there. We'd been planning this all spring. Me, my girlfriend, and her two best friends were supposed to spend a week at her mom's friend's house in Hawaii. I was genuinely excited. We made lists of restaurants, talked about hiking, looked up the best beaches. Then in early June, one friend dropped out unexpectedly. Work stuff. I figured it would just be the three of us, which was fine. That's when Austin called her guy best friend that I'd never actually met. He told her that now, with just 3 people, he didn't feel comfortable with me going. Said he didn't know me well enough and didn't want to be a third wheel. He gave her an ultimatum. Either I don't go or he doesn't go. The part that really messed me up is she didn't tell me any of this was happening. Without a word to me, they changed everything. Different destination, different plans, not Hawaii anymore. Costa Rica. And it was just the two of them now. A week-long tropical beach vacation with my girlfriend and some guy I'd never met. I only found out because I was figuring out my work schedule. I asked her which week in August to request off for Hawaii. She casually said, "Oh, actually, Austin's not comfortable with you coming, so I'm going with just him to Costa Rica. But don't worry, we can do Mexico City later." I just stared at her. This wasn't a separate trip she'd always had planned with a friend. This was me being invited, getting excited, then being uninvited so another guy would feel comfortable. I tried explaining how disrespected I felt, how bizarre it was that I was being replaced on a romantic vacation by her male best friend, who apparently had more say than me. We fought for days. Eventually, we compromised. She'd still go with Austin, but we'd plan Copenhagen together to make up for it. I had one condition, though. I needed to meet Austin first. I needed to actually see who this guy was. We spent 4th of July weekend visiting him and his girlfriend. I went out of my way to be friendly, asked questions, showed interest, tried to connect. He was ice cold the entire time, barely looked at me. One-word answers, zero effort. Even my girlfriend noticed. On the drive back, she said she was shocked how unfriendly he'd been. She genuinely seemed surprised. The weekend was tense in other ways, too. Austin and his girlfriend kept bickering. He mentioned his own 3-week trip without her scheduled for the same time as Costa Rica. They seemed annoyed with each other. Meeting him made me feel worse, not better. I told my girlfriend I still wasn't comfortable, that this whole situation felt wrong and I needed her to do something to help me feel secure. Then we visited her family. They asked about summer plans, and when they heard the story, they were shocked. Her mom, her sister, everyone. They told me they would have been furious if someone treated them that way. That started another fight. I asked her again to please do something that showed she understood why this hurt. She said she'd never do something like this again, which felt meaningless since it was already happening. She kind of offered not to go, but tickets were bought and accommodations booked. I didn't want to be the guy who made her cancel and have both of them resent me. She kept asking me to just tell her what to do, to give her a step-by-step fix, but she stalled on everything until suddenly it was the day of the trip. That morning, she handed me a bag of peanut butter cups. That was it. That was her big gesture before I drove her to the airport to spend a week on a beach with another man. I drove them in silence, dropped them off, watched them walk in together with their matching luggage. She started texting from the airport, but I didn't respond. I was too angry to make any decisions. The next day, I sat down and wrote everything out. Then I texted her that I didn't feel safe or loved in how she handled this, that I was dropping her stuff at her place and leaving her keys with the neighbor. She called immediately. No answer from me. Then came endless texts saying she didn't understand, asking what was happening, begging me to talk. She called and messaged every day that week. I couldn't respond. Thursday, 3 days into her vacation, her messages changed. She realized I was serious. The text shifted from apologetic to logistical. Bills, apartment, our stuff. That's when it finally hit her. I wasn't coming back.